Hi, my name's Katie Skilton. I'm a creative designer here at Sizzix. Today I'm going to be showing you how to use some Brushos with your die cuts to get a really cool effect. So these are really clean and simple cards, but I just love the effect that you get using these Bigz dies and some Brushos to kind of add the colour to them. So you can see I've used quite simple shapes from the Bigz dies. They are really kind of bright and vibrant. Really lovely designs. So I'm going to start by cutting the sentiment, and the reason I'm going to do that is because this gets quite messy. So I'm going to start by doing the clean bit first, so that if I get in a really bad mess, it doesn't matter basically. I can clean up afterwards. So I'm just going to place these dies. So these are everyday sentiments. These are really good because you get the kind of shadow with them as well. I really like that. They're really kind of a statement piece. So I'm cutting hello and love. And then I'm going to cut the thinner parts from some darker cardstock. So we'll place that in there. I'll pop those on there like so. There we go. We'll die cut those. And then I can stick these together because obviously it's white card. If my hands get dirty in a minute, I tend to get it everywhere, to be honest. So we'll turn this over. I'll just get these out, so I'm just going to grab my pokey tool. I'm just going to pop these out of here. So there's the love. I'll move this in a minute so we can see it. And there's the hello. So I'm just going to move my big shot out the way a second so that we can have a look. So we're going to attach these together. So I'm going to use a thin nozzle glue for these because obviously the actual inside words are quite thin, so I only want a little bit of glue. So I'm just going to kind of add some dabs of glue around the edge. We'll pop these on. These can dry while we're doing the rest of it then. So as long as you make sure you've got quite a lot of it covered. Pop that down so that it lines up nicely like so. There we go. So that's our hello. This is the love one. So again, just some little dabs of glue around the letters. That way it doesn't all squelch out when you pop it down either. Pop that one on there, like so. Perfect. So we'll bring in the machine back, and then we're going to do some die cutting. So we're going to do some die cutting from some mount board as well, because I'm going to add some mount board onto the watercolour paper afterwards so that we can give it a nice kind of thick effect. So let's take the Narwhal first of all. So we'll cut it from some mount board. So we'll take all of our platforms away. We'll die cut this. Now it's all ready to stick on when we've added the colour. So there's that one. And this is the Narwhal here. And then we're going to cut the tropical leaf as well. And then I love this one because I love the greens. You can use really lovely bright vibrant green colours. Pop that through our machine. There we go, we've got a tropical leaf. So I'm going to repeat that again, but this time I'm going to do it from some watercolour cardstock because that's what we're going to actually add the colour to. So let's take a couple of sheets of watercolour cardstock and run that through. Obviously for the brushes to work you need water, so watercolour cardstock is the best thing to use with this. Finally, just die cut this one again. And then we can move the die cutting machine out of the way and start adding the colour. There we go. It's a little Narwhal. So I'm going to pop this one down a second. Now I am going to get a glass mat because this does, with the best will in the world, I will get absolutely filthy with it. So we're going to pop this one down. What should we do first? Let's do the leaf because it's lighter colours. So I'm going to take some of the Brushos. So if you don't know Brushos, they're like this. And they are actually a powder. So when you open them up, there's this powder inside. Now, you need the tiniest amount. And when I say tiniest amount, I am literally going to take a pinch and I'm going to sprinkle. Actually, that's far too much. I'm just going to give that a shake about. And I'm just mixing these. They all look the same colour at the moment. It's like magic will happen in a second. Let's put the lids back on those so it's going to go horribly wrong. And this is, what have I got? No, actually I want the sea green as well. Let's pop this one here. Just a tiny bit of that. Probably far too much again. So this is where the magic happens. I'm actually going to just shake a little bit of that off. You can see it's all covered. So now this is literally water. I'm just going to spritz it with water, and you can see this is where the magic happens. So I don't want to completely cover it. I kind of like the speckled look on these. So I'm going to leave it like that. If you want to add more, you could add more of a certain colour, but I quite like this like this. And once we start adding the heat tool, you'll find the colour spreads a little bit anyway. So we'll give that a nice dry off. Again, another fun one with the children when they're on holiday. Just remember you need the tiniest bit of powder to add the colour, really minimal amount. Let's just cover bits here that got quite a lot of water on. It's going to take a minute to soak in. So you can see you get different results every time. So you can see here, I'm going to be careful I'm picking it up. But, you know, this one's much more vibrant than that one. I've obviously added a lot more green to it. It's really fun to just play around with. So we'll set that one to the side a second. I'm just going to find my cloth that I had here. There we go, a second ago, and we'll give that a wipe down. You could, if you wanted to, if you're going to make more backgrounds actually, you could just add paper on that and use it for a background. So now we've got the narwhal, so we're going to go slightly bluier with this one. So what have we got here? These are all kind of bluey, purpley colours. Just be careful when you open them even, just don't sneeze. What was that one? Yellow, leaf green, emerald green. Right, let's try these. So again, probably way too much, but we'll give it a, doesn't matter if I smudge it a bit because once the water reacts to it anyway, it's going to add the colour. It just amazes me how tiny amount you need of this. There we go. So let's just add the lids on again so we don't have a disaster. And we'll spritz this one. Then you can just see it come to life. Absolutely love it. It's like a toy. Things like this please me no end. So we'll give our narwhal a little dry off. Such a lovely effect. I love this colour here that's come up. Picked up some lovely colour there. I think that's the sea green. Just give that final blast. We'll pop that down. So what I was saying earlier, if you've got waste, so obviously you wouldn't use this because it's got a whole a narwhal cut in the centre, but if you just get some old kind of scraps of watercolour card that you've got, spritz a bit more water on, and you can just start making these. It'll just make really good backgrounds, and then you can put them away, and when you go to die cut next time, you've got some really good backgrounds to work with there, or you can die cut them. But it just saves wasting all the things that you've made. The colours are amazing, aren't they? I'm just going to pop that down. I'll dry that off in a second. So I'm just going to mop the rest of this up because obviously we're limited for time today. Because I could go on just making backgrounds forever. So I'm going to lift this one up now. And as you can see now, this is what I'm saying, my hands are quite messy, so I'm going to have to be careful with what I touch. But I have already got some card blanks here that I've made up. So maybe we've got this one and this one, so I'm going to try and touch it as little as possible. Basically, I'm going to add this to the mount board or the chipboard, just to give it some dimension. Really, it just sets it off from the card. It makes such a difference. It's such a subtle change, but it makes such a difference when you're looking at it. There we go. Pop that on there. give it a nice press down. So I'm trying not to touch that white card blank too much. So now we can stick this to the card blank. I'll try and do that without touching it really. There we go. And then I'll do the same with the Narwhal a minute here. So I'll add that one to the mount board, a little bit of glue. Just make sure it's all dry first. Stick that one on, give it a good press down once it's in the right place. There we go. Oh, it's moved. And then we'll add some glue to that and do exactly the same. We'll pop it on a card panel, like so. So then we've got our little sentiments that we used, or that we made earlier. So they're here. So again, I want to add a bit more dimension. So I'm going to use some foam pads for this. So this is our foam tape. I'm just going to cut a little bit off. Yeah. Try not to touch it too much again. We'll just pop the foam pads wherever there's a little space in the letters. Do the same with this one. So one in the centre, the O, and we'll put one in the E. That's enough to hold it. There we go. So we'll take our hello. Just take the back off the tape. I'm trying to do it without touching it too much. There we go. So we'll pop that in the centre of there. And we'll do the same with the love one. This one. Oop. Pop that one kind of down there a little bit. So then I've literally then just added them to card blanks again, so it gives it an extra border around it. So I've just adhered this panel to another card blank, and then you've got your cards already made. And these are really good general kind of occasion cards. You could use them for all sorts. It's good to just keep in your drawer for when there's a birthday. I'd use the dinosaur there on that one as well. So really good fun way to play with your big dies. Use nice big bold dies, nice big bold colours, and you get a real statement piece for it. Hope you've enjoyed watching. If you are making these or anything else, please remember to share them with us. Sizzix.co.uk, lots of other ideas in there, lots of blog ideas. Don't forget to share them on Facebook, on Instagram, tag us in them and we will take a look. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you again soon. Bye.